Welcome to BamBam-O-Rama.
Welcome to BamBam-O-Rama. We got the schmeats.
We got the
So how's your
schmeats.
day been going so far, man?
It's been going well. Had my son's field day, and then I had to which was really fun. Apparently, I guess for kindergarten relay, they do a bunch of relay races, it seems like, just different takes on relay races. One of them, they had to, you can imagine 5-year-olds doing this. They had to get like 2
Okay,
sticks.
that's enough of that. Welcome our surprise guest, ReturnReturns. Hello, ReturnReturns. Welcome to the BamBam-O-Rama podcast.
Hello.
I didn't
Yes,
sign.
hi. Thank you for having me.
Didn't sign off on this. I'm gonna.
That's okay. We're actually
Um,
here to talk about you.
Okay.
Anyway, you were saying?
No, I'll wait.
No, you were saying about the Kid Olympics type thing you were describing.
No,
Sounds
I'll
pretty
wait.
fun.
It's okay.
But we're here to talk about you.
Yes.
Okay. So this one relay they had to do was they had to carry these 2 sticks, and they had to pick up a chicken, and then they had to run with the chicken. So if you can imagine 5-year-olds doing that,
The chicken is like a plush toy?
rubber.
Rubber, sorry. Okay.
I thought they did that with an egg.
That's probably easier cleanup to not have eggs, right?
I mean, would
kids-
you trust a 5-year-old with an egg and 2
Exactly.
sticks? No, it's not eggs and 2 sticks. That would be an egg and a spoon.
Yeah, egg and spoon. That sounds more familiar too.
Yeah.
But also, I wouldn't be trusting these kids with eggs.
No.
I wouldn't trust them at all.
Because that would be funny. If I was a kid with an egg, just smash it.
Sleep with one eye open, right, Jackson?
I don't.
I know. I watch.
That doesn't sound like sleeping.
What else happened today?
I also gave my high school kids a final.
Oh,
which
yeah,
consisted of 10 questions, and then I had to help them answer most of them correctly.
Oh, my God, man.
Yeah. It was
So you were
ridiculous.
taking that test.
Yeah, I pretty much took the test that I wrote.
Did they all show up?
Yeah, they all showed up, which surprised me because one of them straight up yesterday was like, "I'm not coming tomorrow," and I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay." She was like, "What happens if I don't?" And I was like, "You'll get an absence." I was like, I don't know. I mean, what are you supposed to do when a kid's like that? I mean, I was like, it's possible truancy. You skip all the damn time. It's ridiculous. I was like, I could also, even though I'm not returning director next year, I could put in a note I could talk to the counselors and be like, make sure this person does not sign up for orchestra or mariachi because they don't do what they're supposed to do. So if you want to be in
'cause
here, then show up.
That's a specialized unit, right?
Yeah.
Mariachi. It's not just like
It's not
general band or general music class.
Right. It's even a little more specialized, I would say, than general band or general orchestra.
So do you enforce disciplinary action if?
I mean, it depends. I mean, pretty much, I guess all the discipline that I can do is prevent kids from going on trips or performing or being in my class.
Can you send them to the corner,
What?
like timeout?
What is this, the 40s?
Right?
Who sends kids to the corner for timeout?
No,
That happens all the time
Where?
in schools.
What school? Whose kids are you talking to?
Daycare.
Where are you getting this information?
there is
Mine.
timeouts at daycare, but I don't think it's just sending them to the corner. I think there's more to it than that.
Daycare
maybe not
send kids
more
to the
to it.
corner still?
Yeah, my niece. That's where I got it from. She
Okay.
she just gets put in timeout all the time.
Because you're not allowed to spank children anymore. You are allowed to not cancel school during a bomb threat. I guess that would be a punishment.
What the fuck? What did you say?
You didn't know about this? I thought I told you. Yeah, I told you 3 or 4 weeks ago. We had a threat on.
Oh, right, the Snapchat one.
At school, yeah, on Snapchat, and we didn't do anything. I mean, I think the threat was, or the rumors were that the threat was at a different school, in a completely different district. But there were also a lot of rumors circulating that it was going to happen at Legacy High School, the high school I teach at. And I was like, oh, that's really nice of y'all to, not do anything. They allowed kids to.
Jesus.
What did they do? They made any absence that day not affect their shit. So what would that be called? An excused absence is basically all they gave them.
So they were like, we're not shutting down. Instead, hey kids, here's your free pass if you really want. If you're going to make a big deal out of this.
If you're going to go home, we won't count you absent. Or if your parents are going to take you out, which like half the kids didn't get taken out. I obviously still had to show up because it's my fucking job. And I was like, I don't know. It was a silly thing.
If you didn't show
my
up, would
students?
it count as an excusable absence?
No, I would have had to use one of my days.
For you.
Follow up to that. Did you instruct your students to go
Okay.
home and say, hey, let's just all be excused at that point, and then you wouldn't have anything to do?
No, because I already had like half the class was already gone. The ones that didn't show up didn't have cars. Or the one, excuse me, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. The ones that did show up did not have cars. So if I told them to go, they would have just been walking around the hallway.
Which is less safe.
Which is, way less safe in that situation. So
interesting. School safety be tough.
Fair.
Honestly, school safety is a pain in the ass. And I think the scariest thing about it, when you think about it, and because I think kids even talk about this. So we have our kids do, active shooter drills. We take these kids through these active shooter drills. But guess who's going to be, if there's going to be an active shooter, guess who it's going to be? A student that has gone through these drills half the time, like more than half the time. So
sure,
like they're going to know how to circumvent most of this stuff if they,
Yep. Or have you heard of the Guardian program some rural schools are utilizing? Where teachers go through, I don't know the specified amount of like training they end up doing, but they end up carrying themselves. But wherein lies the, the moral and psychological aspects of
when you say carrying themselves, you mean like carrying a weapon
around?
Okay. I
Yes.
I think it's fine that I don't know. It's really tough. It's a really big gray area. It kind of makes me nervous to, give teachers weapons, even though, and I understand why the idea is safety, and I understand like how most people would think it's safety or safe. But at the same time, when you think about how easily these teachers can have a bad day and how many, just honestly, how many asshole students they deal with on a daily basis, do you really want that person carrying a weapon? Like, there is too. There should be. There was
a psychological aspect to it.
The last time I really had this discussion, though, there was talk about them making it mandatory, which if they did, I would have quit. Not that I'm not comfortable carrying a weapon, but I don't think that that is the right thing to do.
Especially around students that know
absolutely.
And may come face to face with. I think that's a big part of it. And I'm huge on training and stuff, but how much training are they going to stay on top of? And I mean, if they're not meeting with a therapist or a counselor or anything in between to keep up with them, because they may have to face that challenge.
And I mean,
that's tough.
Also when you think about it, who are the usual shooters? Students. So you're basically training a teacher to one day shoot the very person that they are trained to protect at the same time. It's kind of a terrifying thought.
Would they be comfortable creating that pathway in their mind that this is a threat and I have to stop this threat versus like I know this person?
That's a big question to answer. And I mean, is there an answer to it? No, there's not. I think even if someone was to say, I'm quoting, I'm pretending to be someone else. If someone was to say, I absolutely would be able to pull the trigger and protect everybody, I think you're lying. Because I think with how much we've grown with these students, how much we've gotten to know them, I think you would. I think 9 times out of 10, someone would second guess themselves and hesitate.
Well, I think there's evidence in that. It's not just an opinion. If you just take what's currently happening with that, there is a hesitance for action within the events that we've all seen in the news.
Yep.
I'll just take the South Texas thing for example, because those are trained police officers who hesitated, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And that's it. We'll just leave it at that. We won't dive into it.
Yeah,
we'll just use that word because those are the unfortunate situations.
Totally.
So yeah, even if you're a trained officer who's prepared to do that, you're hesitating in that exact same situation, much less if you're a teacher.
Yeah. So I think it's tough, and I think I'm just saying. I guess my only opinion that I do have on that is people who want to speak in absolutes on this, I think are 9 times or most of the time going to be wrong. I think you do have to account for there's no absolute in this situation. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that if a shooter that if a 16-year-old kid walks into my classroom with a gun, that I'm going to be able to point a weapon back at them and stop this before it gets worse. Because I don't know.
Right.
Do not know if I would be able to. And I think if anyone says that they can speak absolutes in that, they are lying and they are wrong.
Now, I want to be very candid real quick because I don't want to get too far into this. As one of the speakers for this, let's just change the subject here. Let's end it on that one because I think we all agree. In the end, that's the truth. But more so for any listeners, I don't want to keep going. What if they're dealing with something, and this is just egging it on.
Almost triggering.
So let's liven it up a little bit. You know what I mean? Going back to some of that fun stuff that we had for the kids, because I want to kind of stay on the education topic. What do you think we can do as far as like games like that would help stimulate a little bit more like artistic culture in our society? Because it's fun to think about like this balancing the chicken thing. There is some artistic thought that you can arguably interpret out of that, right?
Yeah.
The kids are having to balance, et cetera, et cetera. And go ahead.
Well, I hate to
The kitchen-
interrupt,
the
but
chicken or the
the
stick?
question is, which came first?
I
I was going to say the spoon or the chopsticks, but
Spoon or the
it's
chopstick.
egg or chicken.
That's pretty
right?
good.
I honestly have never heard the chopsticks egg one. I could see it being a really fun challenge, so I kind of want to try it.
Neither
I
have
want
I.
to try.
Sorry, go ahead.
I want to try us.
Yeah.
We can do this at some point when I come to Midland, and returns. You're invited on this because now you get to be part of this episode ish, in that sense. Well, you say that, but you don't know
Well,
the
I'm going
rules
to
of the
win.
game yet.
Is Returns gonna say completely anonymous, or are we gonna spill the beans on who this is?
Well, he's being very weird about it, so.
I wanted
I
a
said
picture
that
of my
I was
cat,
wanting to use his full
and
name,
that would
but he's
spill the
being really
beans.
weird.
But up until that
Considering
point,
my name.
if you look over here
Do you
at
think that we
Jackson's
use
name, it says booty
these
butt.
camera tags on our podcast video?
Those tags don't show up on the podcast video.
Ah,
I mean, I don't.
So Jackson,
know.
to enlighten you on what's going on, the
I'm
other
new
night,
here.
Chris said he wanted to be on the podcast. He decided to show up into Discord right about when you did.
Okay.
And he wanted to play games, and in turn, I just said, "No, just be."
I
on the
wanted to play a
podcast,"
game.
and kind of coerced him into being here with us for a moment today, at least.
Tricked.
That's.
I mean,
I was tricked, if you would say.
How would I trap you when you can click a button to disconnect?
It tricked
there's
me.
now
you have remote control. You disabled
bomb in Chris's house that you have connected to that disconnect trigger or.
You think I'm holding him hostage? This is like speed.
Oh,
like this is it. This is the conversation we're having today. We're gonna write speed : the Discord.
If I'm actually typing up the record here, and if I go under speed,
yes,
there we go.
It will
forced to stenographer.
So then he's forced to stenographer this, and we. So that means we have to keep talking. If we stop talking,
forced to stenographer this.
Then
So that means we have to keep talking. If we stop talking, then he said tap tap tap.
So
Ha 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 he he.
So it's on us too. Where's the bomb at?
It's in all of our chairs. Like
it's in all of our chairs.
What it is, it's not their bombs.
It's
that it shoots the pole right up our assholes. Have you seen the exploding chair?
Speaking of the bomb,
yeah,
the chair bomb. It's a bit of
a bidet that's been changed
for war.
I was thinking
repurpose.
Last night when we were playing the Starship Troopers game. I don't know why, but I thought about the fact that or like when I was laughing about how they started marketing butt kickers towards gamers. This used to be butt kicker used to be a contraption that they would attach to a drum throne for drummers on stage when they try to keep the stage noise as quiet as they can so that they can feel the vibration of either their own bass drum or bass player's bass. Yeah,
it's
pretty much.
Because if like a stage is
to
built
keep
like
the beat,
shit,
the metronome
you're just gonna
type.
feel.
Yeah. This is also now being marketed towards gamers, so you can
Understood.
attach the butt kicker to your chair and to the
Which is
video
sick.
games that you're playing, so you can feel like you're in the game. And for last
So
night,
when you're
for some
really
reason,
getting reamed in COD, you can really feel it.
really feel that reaming.
My question is, to what action is that being synced up to?
Probably
The running
explosions.
footsteps,
Anything
gunshots
under
in the ass?
anything
Bass,
under a
I'm
certain
assuming bass
bass
frequency,
bass
yeah.
frequency.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So maybe even bullets as
Concussive
well, too,
forces,
or
okay.
gunfire. Yeah, things like
Yeah,
that.
A jetpack,
just like your
jumping, landing,
your
jetpack
video
hard
game
landings.
rumbles, the same thought process.
Vehicle.
Don't overthink it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just rumbles. Just kind of does with everything.
Controller rumbles.
Yeah,
if you
vehicle
will,
movement too. That'd be
That's what did I say?
You said video game.
Yeah, haptic feed. Yeah,
But
sorry, my bad.
Haptic
No, I figured that's
feedback.
what you meant.
Yeah,
so
haptic
that's why I
feedback
meant sure.
is exactly it.
Okay.
It's also like why when you click your iPhone.
No, I figured that's
God
what
damn
you
it!
meant.
Stop doing that.
It's so
It's also
tough.
why you click
It
your-
helps me type.
Helps me type. If
But
I don't type,
that's what that
It
is.
helps me type.
Your phone's vibrating when you click it to make it feel more like a real button.
So now, for some reason during that Starship Troopers game, I was like, I want to experience the butt kicker gaming situation. I think it'd be fun. And then I just
Especially with
jetpack
the
all day
jetpack,
because
right?
I'm imagine it's going to excite parts of my body
He's just
that need some excitement.
this is Jack's playing.
Now, here-
We're losing so good.
And then just in the middle of it, while all the bugs are swarming all over me, I'm just swarming in orgasm.
Yeah, I'm just like here. I'm like leaned in. I'm like, guys, we got a flank of it.
Swarming.
We're really gonna.
Did you say swarming? So $5,000 idea. Most games have that camera shake. Create a device that shakes your head violently.
Glasses that
whenever
just
it
start.
happens on you.
Oh man, you know what you could get is you remember those balloons? It had like a little, or they even sell a ball with the tail on it for kind of like a dancing ball. You just put one of those like on a beanie. It'll just swing your head around.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Call of Duty that has the blood splatter. That appears on
Refill
the
your
screen.
Call of Duty cum.
Sprays
So
it.
it's like a
What-
40 movie ride when you go to the theme parks. You know what I'm talking about?
They give you a little mist
Yeah.
of water.
Oh, like the Bugs Life one where they have the little little tubes
Yeah,
that
yeah,
hit your
yeah.
feet like a snake.
I hated that.
Or
That
a
was the
worm,
only
I
thing.
guess.
I didn't mind 4D movies, but when that little thing slaps
Yeah,
you
those
slaps
things
you in the
always
shin,
in
I'm
the
like, fuck
face
off.
when you're trying to lick. I mean, what? What
What?
you were gonna say? You were saying something.
Jackson, the
Yeah.
Universal Studios Indiana Jones
Yeah,
one, where like
pretty
the
good.
bugs
What
fall on
hits
you,
you?
or like the
The
rocks
cum?
are falling. That was really cool.
The
you
Indiana
ever do
Jones.
that?
Indiana Jones is
Did
at.
you ever ride that?
No, I don't think it is.
Universal
Whoa.
Studios. Well, if you went, you would know.
Oh, I haven't been on the
I went on
California
the Temple of
one
Doom
forever,
one
so
at Universal
can't-
Studios in California.
Can't speak for that.
Oh.
Well, I know that
So you
Indiana
don't know
Jones
what
has
you're
been a part of Disney World for a long time, so it kind of sounds weird that they would be. But also, there is. Oh yeah, there was that.
Well,
time. I never
it
did
was
the
also the
Twister
time they
ride.
had
Was it any
Twister
good?
as a
Did you ever
ride
ride it?
there. Yeah. It was fun. Well, you didn't ride it. You just kind of walked into a room, and then it was like a big open farm.
You're
and,
you're
like,
so
little cows
full of
fly
shit
by,
right now,
and,
really?
Like,
Yeah.
the roof would slide
You walked
off, and
into
a
a
car would
room
slide a
that
couple
was a
feet
big
over.
open farm.
No, it's an actual.
Where was this
Well,
at?
it's a studio. It's a stage,
What
and like
the
there's railings,
fuck
and like
is
you can
this that I'm
Universal
seeing?
Studios in California. I told you. I told you. You thought I was lying, didn't you? You thought I was lying. No, it's a big. You're standing there, and like the roof would slide over, and like the one I had, a cow flew by. It was like a farm area. I think there was one part where it was like maybe the movie theater part, the drive-in part, but then you go to another part and it's like a farm, and like the farm
That's
blows
funny.
up, and
I
then like
wish
the
I
cow
could've
flies by,
seen
and the car
this.
slides over. It was cool.
The Mummy ride is honestly
No, it was
a
rad.
lot of fun.
Oh, and they had
I like
the
the
mummy
Mummy.
there too.
It's still in Orlando. I don't know if it's in California. We might
Still
be
there?
finding out what rides are in California in 2 weeks. We're gonna go in 2 weeks.
Hey, my dad's going there.
We're going. Oh, well, not 2 weeks for us. It's the
in,
last week of
first
June.
week of June.
My bad. They
wow.
got rid of it in
I heard they're
California.
getting rid of the Tower
it
of
was
Terror.
remodeled into a Guardians of the Galaxy themed ride. Yeah, it's part of the Avengers campus.
Oh, what?
Campus. Ugh, I said that wrong. I'm terribly sorry. The Avengers campus. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to type
Got a
that.
warning. So yeah, they
I got a
remodeled that into
warning
the
here.
Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, from
Yeah,
what I
one lights
understand,
up.
it's still the same type of ride. You go through a little track and then you drop down. It's just Guardians
Same
instead
type
of
of ride. Go through
Ghosts.
a track. Drop down.
That's so bad.
It's just
And then,
Guardians.
but the Ghost one, the Tower of Terror, is still
Ghosts.
in Orlando. I don't think they're going to be remodeling that one, from what I understand.
Okay, I'm really trying to plan a Halloween trip to Disney World.
I really
with
want
Jordan and
to.
nieces.
I like how you can use her
Take
name,
my
but we
dad up
can't use
there.
hers. Whatever.
That's crazy.
It's a silence.
I want to do Halloween Horror Nights so bad. Is it what is it called? Is it Halloween Horror Nights?
Cha cha cha
What is it
cha
called?
cha.
At Disney?
What is that? I
So
mean, I don't know. I
big
thought it
party,
was just a
there
big.
is
Halloween
at
themed
Disney. There's Mickey's Not So
month.
Scary party or something like that, which is the after hours thing that they do at Disney World. But Universal Hollywood Horror Universal Horror Nights is the big scary one that you probably don't want to take your nieces to. Like I think there's an age limit to that one. Sometimes it depends.
That's
different themes
The
every
Walking
year.
Dead, right?
I'm sure Walking Dead was a theme at one point.
Yeah, what I'm reading now. It says that this is 2014 article. That's outdated. It said it like switched from Harry Potter
So,
to.
I mean, they
Walking
change
Dead,
it every
so
year. I
don't
think
know
2 years
what it is
ago
now.
was a big Tim Burton theme. So you had like Beetlejuice and whatever else, like Nightmare Before Christmas and things like that. Well, no, you can't. Not Nightmare Before Christmas because that would be Disney property. But it was Tim Burton
Okay.
stuff that wasn't Disney. Last year, I don't remember what they did. Someone told me. I know we have friends who went, and one of them would like to be on a podcast at one point too.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
We should hit him up next week.
We should, sure, I'm down.
I didn't even think about that.
See if we can get both of them on here, or is that too many people?
I don't think so. We already had the random one with the other two.
That's true.
What?
Huh?
I'm not talking about
What
you. Stay out of
Did you call
this.
me?
I'm
Yeah, I
cutting all
can't
of this. I don't care how many funny jokes you're making.
Stay out of this.
You can't.
Cut
I mean,
You
the-
didn't. That's why I said it before you made any.
I didn't know I
problem
made
is-
any.
The problem is we got to make sure we
That's why I
cut
said it
anything
before you made it. The
funny
problem
that Chris
is-
says because he
Problem is-
can't be funnier than us.
Oh, is that a thing?
I don't know. Yeah.
What,
yeah.
Who do you think's going to request that
Because the
you
requests
get
are going to shoot through the roof.
invited? Yeah, I mean we know those,
Juju,
but like who else?
Ripley.
Think like yeah, but give
Right
me a
now,
celeb.
before we-
The
give me,
numbers are already actually pouring in right now.
give me one of your celeb
Nasdaq
friends.
100 is
Just
down
throw out
1.22%.
of some of your celebrity friends. Throw out some initials.
Celeb friends.
I thought that would be the first one. Yes. But
AE is one.
Booty
oh.
butt.
BB is another one.
Forgot about
Booty
you.
butt and
And on a scale of 1 to 10, returns, how much of a duty head do you think you are?
I wanted to hit the leave button so
It's
bad.
pretty close because if you'd hit it, it's
So
almost a
probably a
guaranteed
5.
10.
Yeah.
But
I was
only
gonna say the
thinking
same
about
thing.
it's surprisingly not that high because everyone thinks about it. Everyone thinks about just not coming to this podcast.
Everyone thinks about. Oh, I thought you meant about how much of a duty head they are. I was like,
Oh,
I've never
no,
once
we
thought
know
about.
returns as a duty head.
Yeah,
Remember
it
when
was
I worked
so
at the
funny.
restaurant and you would do that on like the really busy days.
And the best
was
was,
so
And I was
was
like
when you
getting
got reamed in
reamed.
your ear
I
with a
got
duty
so
head joke.
mad.
Yeah, I mean, to me, that was the best part of it.
Yeah.
Was calling you a duty head.
Yes,
yes.
yeah,
I
we
think I
did.
said that.
Didn't
I
y'all
think
say
I
it was
said
an
something about
emergency
your
one time
nieces
I
or
ran over
something.
there?
Right.
And yeah, and I was my
Motherfucker.
family was in danger, and I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" And you're like, "You're a duty head." And
One
I
of
was
the
like,
best ones.
"Motherfuck."
One of the best ones. It might have been
go
that
make some
after
soup.
right after.
Then I
that
had to go
same
back to
phone
the
call,
rush.
We called. We were in my car or your car. I can't remember.
I don't
Well,
know.
we
We
ca-
were driving.
We were
right through Austin
driving,
at that time.
and then we called someone else, and
yeah, we were literally passing you at that time.
Yeah,
like,
we
on
were.
the highway.
but after we got done with that one, we called the Carinos in Midland, and
Yeah.
and this was my favorite one because I was like, "You're a duty head," and they go, "Who is this?" And I said, "It's Adrian," and then I just sat there, and Adrian looked at me, and I was like, "I'm not hanging up."
That was pretty good, actually. God damn, dude. The duty head terrorism was amazing.
It was.
I almost got banned from Midland Carinos. The GM, Joe, and I'll just say the first name. I don't know where he's at nowadays, but man, he got so upset with me. He's like, "It's going to stop."
It's gonna stop right now.
And I was just like, all right.
You sure about that?
Are you sure about that? I mean, yeah,
Is it?
granted,
You sure
been
about
doing
that?
it still this whole time, so it never stopped. So yeah, we should have said it. But yeah, at that moment, I was like, okay, because I was like, I'm inside the restaurant. I don't want to get kicked out right now.
Right.
Like everyone knows, I'll just walk across the street, to the Texas Roadhouse if that happens. But it's fine.
Since you brought this
They
up,
like to restaurants
why did
love
they
to
get rid of
things
fire
that
sticks?
people enjoy, so that they can bring them back later for a.
If I may interject, you're kind of on the
They've
right track.
never- it's
It's not
been
that
years.
restaurants like to get rid of things. Sometimes restaurants do that to tease you, like carrot in front of the donkey thing.
Yeah.
But then you also have the flip side where new people come into places and try to quote unquote innovate or
Yeah.
make their stamp.
That too.
And when they don't like something personally, they put that on the business. This has a lot and I'm really speaking, the CBD shop I just quit does that. They don't speak for the customer. They do what they want. And then whenever it's failing, they just say, well, it's our business. You know what I mean? And that's what restaurants do that a lot too. Like they'll just, well, it's not selling well. Says who? It's not selling millions enough is what it's not doing.
It's not selling good. This number 2 most popular product is not selling as good as the most popular product, so we're
Right.
going to get rid of it.
Right.
Like,
or simply they just don't like it and they just
Yeah.
get rid of it because they don't like it.
Yeah. And he's right. It could have been any of those factors, and probably more than likely any of the ones that Adrian brought up, because you're right. I think since they discontinued it, they haven't brought it back for any kind of surprise or like seasonal situation, which is what I would have done. I would have assumed they were going to bring it back seasonally.
Jackson, can you slow down just
Just
a
gonna
little
ride
bit?
this to
I'm
the
trying
end.
to keep up. I got 2 lights on now.
I was gonna say, don't you?
But those fire sticks are
There-
pretty bomb.
there
I
gotta
actually
be
just looked
copycat
up a recipe
recipes,
for
yeah.
it, and it looks like
Sausage and cheese.
the filling surprisingly only has Italian sausage, Romano, egg, parsley, and the
That didn't
garlic.
surprise me.
I thought
It's
it had
just the
something else in
sausage
there
is what you're
besides
actually
just the
liking,
sausage.
so you need the sausage to get close.
Yeah.
You need to figure out what the sausage recipe is.
Honestly, you just need some spicy Italian sausage and Parmesan.
It's
is
probably very
really
cheap,
all you
honestly,
would
if you
need
think
to
about it.
Get close
Yeah,
enough.
but
I know
that's-
there's more to
you
it,
just
but
gotta-
that's it.
You're gonna dance around brands if you don't know the sausage recipe. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, I mean, coming from like a restaurant standpoint,
I'm not
they
saying
probably
that,
don't
But
utilize
what
the most
specific
expensive
ingredient
right?
is the one that they're forcing into your palate? You know what I mean? So without having it in your mouth right now to compare it to and say, oh
I
yeah,
understand that.
it's got a lot of
We're talking about sausage in your mouth palate.
What are we talking
Yeah.
about?
sausage in your mouth. In your mouth. You need to put sausage in your mouth
In?
And that
to
will,
compare it
well-
to the sausage you want to make.
Yeah.
To make it so your sausage gets better
Mhm.
if you put sausage in
So,
your mouth.
The more sausages you put in your mouth, the
Do you
better
understand?
your
So I
sausage
need this
gets.
to be really
Is-
ingrained into your brain. If you put my sausage in your mouth, your sausage will get bigger.
Mhm.
Put mine in your mouth.
Anyway, so
I'm
my other
lost
question was,
now.
are you trying to replicate the
You
recipe
confused the
or
hell
make
out of
it
me.
better?
I don't know. You're the one also looking up the recipe, so what do you want to do with it?
I wanted to remember it, but also just have something similar or better. Because creating one from scratch without knowing what the actual guideline of a recipe is wouldn't be very satisfying, right? But if I can
Right.
find something that's similar, like, hey, this
What
is
was
just
the-
like this, and I can
Remind
try it,
me
and like I can
how
make
the
that
fire
better.
sticks were. They were
Or
like
that
it was
tastes
like
like
in a cayenne tortilla, like the sausage wrapped up in a cayenne tortilla and then deep fried.
Yeah. It either came as either
yeah.
like
It was
uncut
supposed
large
to be
sticks or
cut,
little
wasn't
3
it?
pieces, which were
Yeah.
cheap. It was a ripoff.
There
Yeah,
was a
some of
time
them
where
are.
they had mini.
You can get
over
the mini
regular.
ones or
I
the
remember
regular
that.
No, even the regular ones were cut.
I'm
in
sure.
half.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
That's what it was.
You cut the ends off. You cut a little triangle, and then
Yeah.
I would eat them. Or not a triangle.
There was a
it's
seasonal
diagonal
mini
slice,
that
and I
was
would eat
kind
the
of a
corners
fucking joke though.
all the time.
Wasn't there a seasonal mini of the Fire Stick, or am I thinking of something else? I'm probably
What?
thinking of something else. Yeah.
No, there were mini ones. You'd cut them into 3s. What was really dumb was that they would do the different type of flavor tiramisus, like Valentine's Day. They'd
So
make it red.
what else do you need?
pink.
So basically, you take the
a big
sausage
pain in the
filling,
A.
you wrap it in a cayenne tortilla, you deep fry that. That's your Fire Stick, right? I mean, I think it's pretty simple to get
Pretty
there.
much,
I
yes,
wouldn't
my
even
understanding.
dick with the other ingredients. I would just use Parmesan and a spicy sausage, wrap it, deep fry it, and then see how it goes from there. But I'm also lazy because when they're like 2 other ingredients to the filling.
It's cheese,
That's fair.
sausage, and then season.
No,
That was it. Oh yeah. Then,
Garlic,
I guess I would add garlic.
Parmesan- or
Parsley, I
parsley.
don't care for.
But again, the sausage, the flavor of the sausage is important.
Yeah, you'd try it with a sausage. If you didn't like it, then you'd go find a different spicy
Sausage.
sausage until you get close enough to make yourself happy. Or it's been so long since you've had it, you might just make one and be like, "Oh, this was delicious." Yeah. Don't you stream on
This
the
is
Twitch
great.
now, right?
Yep.
Do you just stream
Yeah.
the thing, or do you have a?
I used to, but now that I became, disorganized, I haven't set it up again.
Does
if I
it
click
look
picture
better
in
or
picture,
worse?
it makes your camera even wider, and I can
Yeah,
Like what?
I can see
What does that
everything.
mean?
there's a bunch of
around
shit
Jackson
over there.
right now.
Do you see his couch?
Yeah, I see that. Yes, and if I do it to Adrian, I don't see a DeVito, and I see him flipping me off.
Just flipping him off right side up.
He's double flipping me off.
What do you...
That upsets me.
Why? Why does that upset you? What happened?
And going back to
Were you tricked into looking at that?
it hurt my feelings. Yeah, just like I was tricked into joining this podcast.
Thank you. I've been fidgeting.
I do
with
like
this thing the
the
whole time.
microphones.
Can you
They
hear
sound
it
very
when I-
crisp.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know. It's not too terrible, I don't think. We're gonna find out.
I'll grab something less noisy to fidget with. I'm just kidding.
I mean, Jack should know
I need
better. but-
I need more.
I have to
better
fidget with
equipment,
things.
You know.
I have ADHD.
I mean, while that being said, you still accept it and you acknowledge it. Therefore, you should be anticipating it and fidget with things that are quiet.
I know that's my bad. I honestly thought I was
So.
fidgeting with it quietly, even though I can tell.
You missed the
Yeah,
opportunity.
you
to
should
have
have
a
really
handful of
told me
marbles
so,
to
told
drop
me
on
off
your
by
desk at that
throwing a
point.
bag of M&Ms out the,
Next time,
the wall.
I forgot to refill my marble bag. That's part of the problem. I mean, because they're all over the floor.
birdhouse
in
or
the other side of
something
the
all-
house. Yeah.
Actually, Jackson, can you
Yeah.
tell us
So
about
when I moved
earning your
to the
citizenship by
United
doing
States
federal
back
service?
in 1976, I was required to empty a landfill located just north of Austin. And when it was the strangest thing about the landfill was it was full of blow-up dolls, and these blow-up dolls were shaped like John Goodman. I don't know why, but I had to empty them. It took me 5 days. They wouldn't let me use my hands either. It was tough.
We're talking about the United Citizen Federation, also known as the Terran Federation. The
Have you ever
Unified
watched the movie
Government
Starship
of
Troopers,
Earth.
Jack?
It's been a long time since I've seen that movie.
Okay. You got to be careful with this guy, Returns. I'm just going to let you know.
Federal Armed
You gotta be careful.
Services.
Adrian
that
seems to
guarantees
think because I
citizenship?
didn't see one movie that I haven't seen any movies.
Hold on. Tell him which
How-
movie that you've talked about today that you haven't seen.
That I talked about today that I haven't seen? I haven't talked
tell
about a
me.
movie today that I haven't seen.
Seriously, what
Alright.
what
Talked
is
about
it?
Star Wars earlier today. Guess what? Seen that. I mean, I
Okay,
know what
dead in
movie
your
I haven't
eyes,
seen, but
what
he
movie have you not
specifically said
seen?
one I've talked about, and I haven't talked about any movie. So that's the problem here.
I don't know. I just wanted to see if he's talking about
What is it, Kurt? What is it?
throwing out an empty hook and seeing if it got
Have you
anything.
seen Starship
yeah.
See if he's guilt-ridden by one. Like,
He's
I
like,
quote this all the
"Oops."
time, but I've only seen YouTube shorts. I've only seen the shorts. I don't even know the context of that quote. I just say it. I thought it was funny. I've actually never seen Speed. I don't even know the joke.
I mean, I'll be honest. I haven't seen Speed.
Just over here
I
typing
know
for
the
no
premise
reason.
of Speed.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
So my
I'm leaving.
accusation was...
Get it.
Did I talk?
There you go.
No, but
Okay,
we
so you've
discovered
never
it.
seen
We
Speed.
used
Have
it-
you ever seen like Pits?
discovered
We
it.
used it for a reference, though.
Yeah, but let's just
And
expand real quick.
Yeah, I know the premise of Speed.
But
if
did you
the bus
understand?
goes less than 60 miles an hour, then Keanu Reeves explodes. Oh, 50, whatever. Same thing.
Wrong.
55 and
But
60
have you
it is.
seen?
55.
Hold on,
50.
stop berating. Have you seen pieces of it?
No, it's not. Same thing.
No. Well, maybe.
Don't type because I told you to stop berating. I hear you click-clacketing over.
But to be fair, I
I'm
also chose
typing
to
this.
never watch Speed. I was like, oh,
not
a movie
55.
about a bomb that goes off if a car
What
goes
if-
too slow. I
Just
don't want to
never
watch it.
What if I told you that in the sequel there's a boat?
I've heard about that. I'm not interested.
I immediately hear that one song they have in the movie in my head.
I think I saw the
from the
superior
second one,
version of
where they're
Speed,
dancing
anyways, which was
on the
Crank.
deck.
Crank, isn't that what it's called? Where Jason Statham,
Crank?
if his heartbeat goes if he
In a
falls
PlayStation
asleep,
game?
he explodes.
has to keep shocking himself.
Yeah, he's like drinking energy drinks and doing cocaine and shit. I think Speed.
As
is
a
offensive.
medical pretender, I think that movie is offensive.
Good point.
Have you
actually.
seen the Jason Statham movie?
Well, you would know because you've never seen it.
What is it called? Is it Crank? I thought it was Crank.
Crank?
I have.
Crank the ed at the end.
I don't remember because
Yeah,
I
so I
wasn't
said
very
cranked.
impressed.
Yeah,
by
he
it.
he drinks
Yeah,
some
crank.
orange gina.
Yeah.
Crank.
And then
It's Crank.
I remember him shocking himself.
Yeah, he
with
shocked
the
himself at one
car battery.
Quoted from the Boston Globe, Crank is an efficient, witty junkyard dog of an action movie for its first hour.
Also, they made a
Unfortunately, the script
sequel,
runs out of
and
gas
I
before
won't lie,
that's
I
on
never
there.
saw the sequel. Actually, they made 2 or 3 sequels, right? I never saw them because I was like, how do you make more? Like it's just I don't understand how there can be more. No, but that would be awesome.
Are they
No.
canon with the Transporter movie? Is that the same character? Are you sure? Because I see a 4-pack for sale right now that has
War?
Crank 2.
It's just
It's
Jason
just a Jason
Statham
Statham,
movies.
yeah.
War?
That's the Jet Li movie, right? War.
Yeah, okay. I'm assuming so.
Yeah,
It
that
just
just
I
sounds like
went
a
for
good
second,
time.
thought
I don't
maybe they were
understand
the
why you're
same
not
character
buying
or
it.
whatnot.
Yeah,
Wine
you could
shirt,
buy this,
and I
then
would
we
like to know
could
where you got it
all
from.
Meet up and have a Jason Statham. Yeah, in person. No, wait, yeah, wait.
In
Yeah,
person?
Jason Statham in person.
Yeah.
He's pretty cheap nowadays.
I don't know. He's gonna be in the next Fast and the Furious movie. Don't they make a shit ton of money? Really?
Did you know there's a new Meg movie coming out? Yes.
I never.
He's
I
like,
didn't
I think
go
at
watch
one
Meg.
point he's
I think
fighting
I feel like I need
fisticuffs
to.
with Megalodon. It was, it's fun for what it is, but don't
Right.
walk away expecting to be like.
Excuse me? You're saying that it's not
scientific
accurate?
belief of
Megalodons
just
are
saw.
real. I saw one. the
Maybe
other
not
night.
in this
Oh
timeline.
yeah?
Yeah,
Where'd you see it?
and I went to the ocean.
Uh-huh,
Just
uh-huh.
a quick trip to the ocean.
Blush?
In
Yeah.
the middle of it.
Where? So was it just sitting on on the side there, just chilling? Or?
No, it's in the ocean.
Yeah, but was it on the bank, on the beach?
Yeah,
what's
all
that?
sexy in its bikini.
Yeah.
And
Oh
it was
shit!
like,
I'm a megalodon.
oh
or
shit.
something.
Yeah, and then it scurried off.
Mhm.
It made a.
You can't catch me.
No, yeah, that's what happened. It was fun.
Well, thank you guys for joining us today as we delved into insanity. We jumped
eating
right
mac and
into the
cheese.
craziness with Returns. Having some fun here.
We also got
Thanks for joining us.
on a really serious
For having me.
topic. I hope it
Yep.
doesn't depress anybody.
What, the Meg?
No,
Sequel?
no. When we talked about school
Oh,
shootings.
yeah. Oh,
You're
you
not
just
seeing
should brought
Speed?
it back up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
What-
no, I
What's
understand.
sadder? What's more sad? Speed
Jackson.
or school shootings?
In case you're looking for an instrument, make sure you go to Jeremy Calley on Facebook. That's Calley. Hashtag Trailer Made Guitars. He's got decent prices, but way better production. That means he's making some good stuff, folks. Good looking and good sounding.
Absolutely. His guitars do look fucking gorgeous.
On YouTube, you can find us by searching for BamBam-O-Rama TV as well. 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on Thursdays we stream. Jackson?
Yeah. Also, make sure if you're listening to the audio version of the podcast, make sure you tune in Tuesdays on our YouTube channel for the video version. Some people like to listen, some people like to watch, some people like both.
And if you believe in any kind of luck, right about now we have just settled into a Vegas situation. Just go ahead and look up at the sky, and you know that song from Fievel? Just start singing that song from Fievel, and I'll start singing it back with you. We love you, sweet babies.
Love y'all.
Returns, do you love them? You want to say it?
Yeah, of course.
So you didn't
if you
say you
want to
love
have
them.
more
You don't love
jokes
them or
and
what?
to have me stop typing, let me know.
Let me get this straight. You took the opportunity to say I love you to the crowd, and instead you tried to self-serve.
Yeah,
I
but
love you.
The words mean something.
I said,
Well,
yeah, I do. I love
I think we all
everyone,
learned
and I
something
hope that
here today,
everyone
folks.
is proud of every little step they take.